Hello, and happy day. How does slowing down sound to you today? Would you like to reduce the noise for just a bit? You're ready to make a choice and decide to listen. My name is Igor, SS Walker, and I'm here to remind people to slow down, to reduce the noise, walk their lives into a natural flow. Welcome back to the Book of the Week series. Every week as I read another amazing title, I share it with the world, and today we look at Start with Why. How great leaders inspire everyone to take action by Simon Sinek. Studies show that over 80% of Americans do not have their dream job. If more knew how to build organizations that inspire, we could live in a world in which that statistic was reversed, and a world in which over 80% of people love their jobs. People who love going to work are more productive and more creative. They go home happier, and they have happier families. They treat their colleagues and their clients and their customers better. Inspired employees make for stronger companies and for stronger economies. Just because it works doesn't make it right. The danger of manipulation is that they work. And because manipulations work, they have become the norm, practiced by the vast majority of companies and organizations, regardless of size or industry. The fact alone creates a systemic peer pressure. The perfect irony, we, the manipulators, have been manipulated by our own system. With every price drop, promotion, fear-based or aspirational message, and novelty used to achieve our goals, we find our companies and organizations and our system getting weaker and weaker. Why? Very few people or companies can clearly articulate why they do what they do. And when I say why, I don't mean to make money. That's a result. By why, I mean, what is your purpose? What is your cause or your belief? Why does your company exist? Why do you get out of bed every morning, and why should anyone care? When most organizations or people think, act, or communicate, they do so from the outside in, from what to why, and for a good reason. They go from the clearest thing to the fuzziest thing. People don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it. They sell us what you do, but we buy why you do it. This is what I mean when I say they communicate from the outside in. They start with what and how. When communicating from inside out, however, your why is offered as the reason to buy, and what serves as tangible proof of the belief. When why, how, and what are in balance, authenticity is achieved, and the buyer feels fulfilled. When they're out of balance, stress or uncertainty exists. And when that happens, the decisions we make will also be out of balance. Without why, the buyer is easily motivated by aspiration or fear. You have to talk about your why, and you have to prove it with what you do. Again, a why is just a belief. Hows are the actions we take to realize that belief, and what's are the results of those actions. When all three are in balance, trust is built and value is perceived. Great companies don't hire skilled people and motivate them. They hire already motivated people and inspire them. People are either motivated or they're not. Unless you give motivated people something to believe in, something bigger than their job to work towards, they will motivate themselves to find a new job, and you'll be stuck with whoever's left. The lack of a clear set of values and beliefs, along with the weak culture that resulted, created the conditions for every man for himself environment, and the long-term impact of which could yield little else than disaster. This is caveman stuff. If the people aren't looking out for the community, then the benefits of the community erode. Many companies have star employees and star salesmen and so on, but few have a culture that produces great people as a rule and not as an exemption. Trust is a remarkable thing. Trust allows us to rely on others. We rely on those we trust for advice and to help us make decisions. Trust is the bedrock for the advancement of our own lives, our families, our companies, our societies, and even our species. The feeling of trust is lodged squarely in the same place as the why, the limbic brain. And it's often powerful enough to trump empirical research or at least seed doubt. This is the reason why so many manipulations are effective. We believe that, for better or worse, others know more than we do. The law of diffusion of innovations explains more than just the spread of innovation and technology. It explains the spread of ideas. If you do not know the law, you're likely already familiar with some of its terminology. Our population is broken into 5 segments that fall across a bell curve. Innovators, early adapters, early majority, late majority, and laggards. The first 2.5% of the population are the innovators, and the next 13.5% are the early adapters. Early majority is the next 34%, and so is the next group, late majority, 34%. And finally, laggards are the final 16%. And it's not too hard to recognize where people fall on the spectrum once you are in the relationship with them. The opportunity is to figure out which is which before you decide to work with them. See, there's a simple test you can apply to find out exactly what and how is right for you. It is a simple metaphor called the celery test. Imagine, you go to a dinner party and somebody comes up to you and says, you know what you need in your organization is M&Ms. If you're not using M&Ms in your business, you're leaving money on the table. Somebody else comes up to you and says, you know what you need? Rice milk. The data shows that all the people are buying rice milk, and you should be selling rice milk in this economy. While you're standing over the punch bowl, yet another person offers some sage advice. Oreo cookies, he says. We made millions from implementing Oreo cookies in our organization. You've got to do it. Still somebody else comes up to you and says celery. You've got to get into celery. You get all this great advice from all these highly accomplished people. Some of them are in the same industry. Some of them are more successful than you. Some of them have offered similar advice to others with great success. Now, what do? You go to the supermarket and you buy celery, rice milk, Oreos, and M&Ms. You spend a lot of time at the supermarket, walking the aisles. You spend a lot of money because you buy everything. But you may or may not get any value from some or all of these products. There are no guarantees. Worse, if you're budget constrained, you had to whittle down your choices again, and then which do you choose? But one thing is for sure. When you're standing in line at that supermarket with all of those items in your arms, your celery, your rice milk, your Oreos, and your M&Ms, nobody can see what you believe. What you do is supposed to serve as a tangible proof of what you believe. And you bought everything. But what if you knew your why? Because before you went to the supermarket, what if your why is to do only things that are healthy? To always do the things that are good for your body. You'll get all the same good advice from all the same people. The only difference is, the next time you go to the supermarket, you will only buy rice milk and celery. Those are the only products that make sense. It's not that the other advice isn't good advice, it's just not good for you. The advice doesn't fit. While we can easily lay down a path to reach a goal, laying down a path to reach that intangible feeling of success is more elusive. In my vernacular, achievement comes when you pursue and attain what you want. Success comes when you are clear in pursuit why you want it. The former is motivated by tangible factors, by the latter There's something deeper in the brain where we lack the capacity to put those feelings into words. Success comes when we wake up every day in that never-ending pursuit of why we do what we do. Our achievements, what we do, serve as the milestones to indicate we are on the right path. It is not an either-or. We need both. Please, do help out. It is easy. Simply like this video so more people can enjoy it. Share it too and spread the word. Subscribe to my channel and stay up to date on the link to this book is in the description below, so you buy it and you read. Never stop learning. Thank you. Love and respect.